All right, coming up next, a matchup for the UFC flyweight division title. Well, it's got to feel good for this man to make this walk. He has chewed up and spit out all comers on his run to contention. Now he is the undisputed #1 contender, looking to become the new UFC flyweight champion. A lot of people think he has the skills to do just that. Tonight, though, his opportunity to prove it in front of a sold-out crowd tonight, that he is the best 125-pound fighter on the planet. So here he is, the UFC's reigning, defending, undisputed UFC flyweight champion, making the walk for another defense here tonight. And if he wants to be mentioned with some of this division's greats of all time, and really with some of the greats of all time, this is one he's got to have here tonight. As the title defenses start to pile up, you can be mentioned in the conversation with guys like Demetrius Johnson. So here we go, another title defense here at 125. We'll see how it goes for the reigning champ. Our tail the tape for this flyweight championship fight. So 3 years the gap in age between these two fighters. Some differences in height and reach. All right, now for the official introductions, we go inside the octagon where we find Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. When the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, it's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Flyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a boxer, holding a professional record of 15 wins, 6 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 126 pounds. Presenting the challenger, Brandon Royval. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 13 wins, 5 losses. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world, the Taz Mexican Devil, Borg.
All right, this is for the championship. You've been given your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves, let's make it official.
They touch him up and we are underway.
Ready.
Good to have you with us tonight from T-Mobile Arena, the home of the NHL's Vegas Golden Knights, and the building in which DC shocked some of the MMA world at UFC 226, but this venue will always have a special place.
This venue holds a special place in my heart. UFC 226, I became the double champion. This is a fight venue that you should want to compete in. A great arena where you can make history. Tonight, you get your chance.
Borg gets the tie clinch here. And he connects with a punch there. We'll see if he can follow it up.
He's landed that punch over and over again. What's he gonna do to follow up?
All right, so there's the early takedown. Pretty evident, DC, that he wants...
So he's gonna attack a triangle choke here. Oh, wow, oh!
Well, he's got one hand in, one hand out. Not what you're looking for defensively. And this might just be a matter of time. Brilliant submission defense there. All right, right into side control. Upper body strength figures to be put to good use here.
Yes, absolutely. And you got...
Borg's looking to lock up an armbar here.
Gotta be careful, armbar.
Bottom fighter trying to control.
Now he's okay. Now he can escape.
All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Oh, nice work from the bottom. Tags him with the punch. Sound strike on the ground. All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. A lot of top pressure being applied here. All right, working inside the now open guard of his opponent. Uh-oh.
Throwing up a triangle. The guy on his back is very good at submissions, and if he's not careful here...
Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Oh, he postured up there. Nicely done.
That was lightning fast, that right hand.
Well, there are few things more fun to watch in mixed martial arts than these type of transitions and scrambles on the ground.
High-level grappling can really be entertaining.
All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. All right, good movement by him here on the ground. He really is a master of these transitions.
He is a master of movement on the ground. You never know where he's going to be.
Oh, man, this ground and pound is good. Probably my favorite striking realm in MMA, and he's as good as it gets.
The problem is his opponent is not controlling his posture. He's allowing his opponent to get up, and when he does, he creates distance and space to land these beautiful ground and pound combinations.
All right, DC, let's look at some of the highlights from the last round. Lot for the replay guys to choose from.
Yeah, man, these guys stood on a quarter in the middle of the octagon. Take one to give one. Over and over, each guy landed, and they both landed very well over the course of that first round.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Oh, really using his reach advantage as he landed the jab there.
He's doing a really good job of getting on that high crotch and just following the action.
Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. All right, inside his opponent's guard here, DC. You don't want to play around here too long.
No, you got to either have two hands in or two hands out, or guys start to attack triangles.
Close guard. Strong bottom work here, staying busy.
Now he has a headlock trying to pin his opponent's back down flat onto the mat. Look from the transition to an arm triangle to try to chase the finish.
Oh, nice job using his hand. He's out. Oh, nice job here staying busy off of his back. Nice offense from the bottom. All right, he continues to bully his opponent here, really manhandling him on the ground. Well, you know he's comfortable fighting off of his back. Showing off that leg dexterity and flexibility rubber guard now.
I mean, it's unbelievable to watch these guys who are able to... Now, the guy's attacking the triangle. He finds himself in trouble because he got a little bit lazy in the full guard.
Looks like he's trying to manipulate the head. This could be tight. Posturing up now, and he's out. Well, you got to stay busy on the bottom. He's doing it here. Nice punch. He's got a serious right punch, and he went to it effectively there.
It is his money shot. He will continue to throw it until he finds a knockout.
Close guard. Well, these are some excellent ground and pound strikes here, DC. There's an efficiency with which he operates in these situations.
He knows exactly when to throw, exactly when to hold, and it's allowing him to really control the grappling aspect of the fight.
There's a song there, right? Know when to hold him, know when to fold him.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Borg's trying to lock up on a submission now. Well, you gotta be working off of your back. He's certainly doing so here. Nice punch. Under a minute now in round 2. Oh, nice job working hard, posting, and getting back up. Well, he's really starting to land a high number of strikes here in the second round. No denying that he has taken the message from his corner and picked up the pace here in round 2.
Good stick.
Final seconds. Muay Thai plug.
Stop.
All right, well, the crowd enjoyed those 5 minutes. DC, take us through some of the highlights from that previous round.
Face punching at its best. He loaded it up, he threw it straight, threw it long, and over, that punch found the target. It allowed him to really dictate the pace of that round.
Here we go, third round of this championship fight. Really making good use of his reach advantage there with that punch. Well, not only has he stayed aggressive as he was in the previous round, landing a high volume of strikes, but he's also been efficient, not just with his strikes, but also with his body movement. Complete performance out of this fighter here tonight.
Can't take many of those, you better check. What a tricky head kick. Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one?
Oh, stuffs the takedown without issue. All right, Muay Thai clinch. A lot of elbows and knees could be coming from here. We'll see how he chooses to attack.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous position, but an advantage.
Oh, and he hip tosses him to the mat. Now we'll see what he can do from here, DC.
Right into side control. He's gonna try to control him, then find a submission. Right now, it looks like he may be trying to set up an arm triangle choke. He needs to secure the left arm, push it across, and secure it with his head. Watch triangle, watch triangle.
Nicely done. Good movement by him here, transitioning very well on the ground tonight.
Step for step, he's staying with his opponent in every transition.
Borg's back in full mount. Oh, lands with the ground and pound strike. Well, you know I don't like the gi very much, but oh, looks like he's transitioned to an armbar.
You cannot stay in the guard of these great jiu-jitsu guys. Now he's okay. Now he can escape.
Under 2 minutes to go. Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. Oh, reversal here, DC.
What a way to switch the position. Fantastic movement by the bottom fighter.
All right, feet on the hips here. Keeping busy here off of his back. Nice offense from the bottom. Elbow. And he landed the right hand there. Oh, nice work from the bottom. Tags him with the punch. Rubber guard for him now, DC. Some people believe this is nothing more than a stall tactic. What do you think the offensive fighter is trying to do?
He needs to regain his posture, right? He needs to shove that foot down from around his neck, shove it down, build your base, get that arm free, and then get back to work trying to advance position to your ground and pound. If you play in there, you can find yourself in a lot of danger if you're not careful.
That's 3 rounds. We're now headed to the championship rounds. All right, so there's the end of the round. A lot of high-level action, and if you like the takedown game, as my boy Daniel Cormier does, you enjoyed that round.
It's like we're watching the NCAA wrestling tournament. It's takedown after takedown. He's fighting his fight. He's able to change levels, drive into his opponent, and secure takedown after takedown.
All right, so here we go. Fourth round is underway. What is the fighter's mentality when you enter those seminal championship rounds?
You understand that you are getting close now. The night is almost over. The goal is within reach now. 15 minutes down, 10 to go. You tell yourself you can do anything for 10 minutes.
All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Oh, really nice work to keep busy off of his back as he lands some more offense here for Borg. All right, close guard now. You got to be careful, though. He's got a lot of submissions off his back. All right, side control now. Strong bottom work here, staying busy. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. All right, so he postures up here and now figures to rain down some ground strikes.
Yeah, the ground and pound will be aplenty from this position. The problem with rolling leg lock in MMA, man, is you get beat up, especially if you're a little bit hurt.
Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. Oh, that right hand is on point. All right, north-south position here. We'll see if the crowd can be mature about this, DC.
Oh, right to the mouth.
Beautiful movement, hip work on the ground here, just outstanding with the transition.
He is not staying in one place on the ground, and that's very important.
Outstanding ground and pound here, somewhat of a lost art in MMA.
Oh, you gotta watch him attacking submissions. He throws the legs up to try to get a triangle choke here. Watch triangle, watch triangle.
And he's out. Continues to apply pressure here in half guard. Close guard. Nice hammer fist.
He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here. And he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here.
To win fights in mixed martial arts from the bottom, but nice work here in that position by Royval. 20 minutes down, potentially 5 to go. All right, a lot of highlights from which to choose over those previous 5 minutes, DC. Let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah, and for all the good that he did in that round, it was the punching that really led to him really taking control of the fight. He did a great job finding his shot over and over again.
Relax. You're fine. It's just a little blood. You've been here before. You've been cut. No worries. We like the taste of our own blood. Now's the chance to win.
All right, here we go with our next round, and how about the striking display in that previous round? He found a lot of openings upstairs, and when we sat down with him on Thursday, he said this dude doesn't move his head, and largely that's how it's played.
That's exactly how he thought it would be. And it's exactly what he's seeing early in the fight. Opponent's not moving his head, and he's more than happy to connect over and over with those 1-2s.
He landed another great shot to the body there, really starting to connect at a high percentage now in the latter stages of this fight.
Beautiful strike.
Huge knee to the body. Big head kick. Stuffs There's the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? All right, he engages in the single collar tie. No problem getting inside to land that straight punch. He's got a huge edge and reach, and he made good use of it there. Bottom fighter trying to control posture, unable to do so.
And now he's in a lot of danger. He's got to grab that head or he's going to get blasted.
So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes on. Timing his shots nicely here, champ.
He's doing a great job of mixing everything up and using a lot of diverse strikes. Right to side control, yep.
Oh, nice job here staying busy off of his back. Nice offense from the bottom.
Look at him, he's setting up the choke now. Look at that, he's setting it up.
He's got his chin in, but now it's starting to slip under the neck.
He might get a finish here. And this might just be a matter of time. So you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. Oh, he's got the knee on the belly. Could be trouble defensively. 1 minute to go in the fight. Borg's attempting to pass here, but he's denied by the defense. All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. Man, isn't it fun to watch this dude work on the mat?
He's unbelievable how fluid he is in his motions on the mat.
All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Well, you see all the grappling repetitions here. Just beautiful movement, seamless transitions on the ground.
Over and over, these guys are doing things that you see in every jiu-jitsu gym around the country.
All right, so an epic 25-minute championship fight here tonight, and it seems like the incumbent has done enough to retain his title.
They say every time you're fighting, when you're the champion, you get the biggest, baddest guy in the entire world. So, of course, it's going to be close. But I believe the champ did just enough to retain his title.
All right, the official decision is now in. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest
49-46, 48-47, and 48-47.
declaring the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world, the Mexican Devil, Borg.
Well, he needed the full 25 minutes, but there is no shine off of this performance tonight as he remains the UFC flyweight champion of the world, and it is going to take a major effort from one of these fellow contenders to knock this man off the throne at 125 pounds.